ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good morning, everyone.
Couldn't you have the family move up in here?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Why don't you all come up there where y'all can see?
There's plenty of room over here, ladies.
Yeah, stand over there.
Okay, for those that haven't been here before, what we're going to do, it takes about 10 minutes. What we do is, I'll say a couple of words, and then anybody else that's worked with Tom that wants to say something will have the opportunity to do that as well, and Tom will have the opportunity to do it. And then we will do what we call a retirement announcement over the radio, which we started within the last 8 months or so. And then we'll take some pictures in the foyer area with myself and Tom, and then anybody else that wants to get into a picture with them, and then we'll take pictures of you and your family up there as well, and we'll pass them on to you, okay? Maybe 5-6 years ago, we decided that, and this is before we got into this cycle of retirement, that when somebody leaves this department with significant tenure and significant contributions, that it's not right to let them just go home without recognizing some of their accomplishments. And so we came up with what we can call the Distinguished Service Award. And that's probably the biggest thing that we're going to do today is we're going to issue Tom Maddox a Distinguished Service Award for distinguished service for the years of service that he contributed to this department from 1974, which is before the county actually took over the small department that Tom was with until this day. And we decided to do that because too many people who retired, sometimes cutting their careers short due to injuries and things of that nature, really didn't get the recognition that they deserve. So that's the biggest part of the ceremony. Tom Maddox started with the Hudson Fire Department paid back in 1974. He was probably a volunteer even before that, before he went paid. I met him in 1976 when I became a volunteer with the Hudson Volunteer Fire Department. And then shortly after that, in August of 1977, we voted to come into the county system. So we started with the county on August 1st of 1977. I will say that I've known Tom for a long time. I remember him training me, and I remember that probably one of the most, I guess the biggest things that he'll be known for as he moves on is that he was very, very, very safety conscious. Everybody knew that if Tom was driving that piece of equipment that you were going to get to the fire or the scene and you were going to get there safe, you were going to get there in one piece, and you were going to get there to where your nerves weren't so racked that you would actually be able to do something once you arrived. And there was a lot of drivers out there that I couldn't say that for, some of which were driving for me at the time. So he's a very, very competent employee, and there's no question about that. I've never, ever heard any controversy about that. Anybody that works for the county since 1977 and works within the system since 1974, well over 30 years of service, has contributed greatly to the system, to the progress that we've made, and to made the difference in countless residents' lives that we will never even know up here in this office. And without, getting into specifics, we have to look at that in the broad scope, and you've touched the lives of many, 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 many people, probably more than any of us standing in this room over that time frame. You are to be congratulated for that. And if the people could line this room or line this building to thank you for the lives that you've touched in that time frame, the building obviously wouldn't be big enough to hold them all. I want to congratulate you for your retirement. And I want to tell you that it's a bittersweet experience, and we say this each time, because the system has taken on a certain dynamic that is going to be lost every time somebody who has that type of tenure walks out. And so for our loss, we kind of mourn the fact that you're not going to be here, but we know it's well deserved, and we wish you the best of luck in your retirement years. With that being said, I'm going to issue this Distinguished Service Award to Melvin T. Maddox, firefighter, and it's in recognition of your 34 years of dedicated service to the citizens of Pasco County and your commitment to the Emergency Services Department. from January 1st, 1974 through July 30th of 2008. Buddy, it's my honor and I congratulate you. I will say one other thing, and Laura will kill me if I lose this, but Tom gave me a picture, and I'll circulate this around as some of the other people are talking. This is probably late 1970, I think it was 1979, after we won the competition up in Spring Hill, which we used to have locally. Now it's on a broader scale, and you'll see a lot of familiar faces in there, but I put a little arrow by. He wanted to make fun of me, but I also want to make sure you see him too. So just circulate that around if you would. Anybody else? Rick Caraboni, you've worked with Tom for a long time, and you've never been short for words, my friend.
No, never been short for words. I'll tell you what, it's been an honor and a privilege to work with Tom. I've learned a lot from Tom. And like you said, I never had to worry when Tom was out there on the road. Battalion Chief Mortellero said to me, you know, we got to be careful. Toward the end of our careers, we have to worry about firefighters dying in the line of duty. So one of the things you don't have to worry about Tom, he's not going to take that chance. He never has been the one to been the risk taker. He's been there to say, hey, did you see this? Have you noticed that? He's been the calming effect on a lot of calls. Tom, my friend, I'm going to miss you. I am going to miss you.
I'd like to say something. Tom, I was your chief for 3 years. It was a pleasure. I actually learned some things from you, and I'm going to miss you.
I'd like to say, you know, you're our cornerstone for this department. I mean, and an icon, really, and we're going to miss you. You've seen some incredible changes. You had the opportunity to come from Hudson, which was a very well-oiled operation and fire department, and I don't know if any of us ever thought we would be where we are today. I just don't know. And I came from the other side of the county as a volunteer and from South Central. You know, we used to look at Hudson and say, wow, you know, we could ever get to that point. You know, but we've grown, we've learned a lot of things from each other, and we are going to miss you. Congratulations.
David Patterson at? Come up here for a minute.
We was looking at all these.
Yeah, well, that's because we beat you.
You didn't beat me.
It's all right.
If I'd have been there, you'd have
I
lost.
wanted to. Tom Maddox is the last of the Maddoxes. The Maddoxes obviously had a very, 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 very huge part in creating the Hudson Fire Department. I mean, there are pictures that go back to the very first block that was laid on the foundation, and he was there as a toddler. And David Patterson is the last of the Pattersons, and the Pattersons were well known and well renowned for actually starting Southwest Pasco. And in 1974, they were the first department to actually start this network of volunteer absorptions that we have. So Tom is gone and the family's gone, and we want to try to make sure that that's not forgotten. And we try to do that through pictures, and we try to do that through recent dedications that we've just come up with, where we're going to actually have a retirement wall. And David Patterson, when he goes, that'll be the last of the Patterson family, and it's something to. It was something certainly not something that we celebrate in any way, shape, or form. It's something that we mourn, because we can't forget the contributions that those families put towards the fire service, because they were the foundation of what we are today. We have to make sure we don't forget that. Is there anybody else that has anything else to say?
Chief, just talking about
Yeah.
the heritage here, one of my goals coming up through the ranks in the years in the department was, on the seniority list, my goal was to always hope that there wouldn't be a P or an M ahead of me on the seniority list. And, you know, now that the M's are gone, we got one more guy. So we'll work with that.
3 years.
Okay. About ready? Anybody else? Tom, do you have anything you want to say? I don't want to put you on the spot, but
Well, I'm not much of a talker. Never have been, but I'd like to thank and tell everybody.
Wait a second. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
go ahead. We'll let you.
Pasco County Fire Rescue Dispatch, all personnel, stand by for a retirement announcement for Firefighter Tom retirement of firefighter Tom Maddox. On behalf of Fire Rescue Administration and all of your co-workers, we would like to thank you for all of your years of dedicated service to the citizens of Pasco County. Firefighter Tom Maddox, we wish you a well-deserved, long and healthy retirement beginning June 2nd, 2008 at 2000 hours. Time now is 8:28. Fire Rescue Dispatch clear, KIP 662.
I just want to thank everybody for coming. Been a long 34 years, but it goes quick. I think the best thing got me through it was for the 34 years was the Lord. 1990, I gave my heart to Him, and it's been rough, a lot of years, but once I had Him, it was just like sliding on a piece of ice. But I want to thank everybody and thank Him for being here today for me.
Congratulations, Tom. Tom, me and you will go out front and bring your family up there, and we'll take some pictures, a couple pictures with me and you, so we'll go on the show, we'll put in the showcase, and then we'll send to you whatever we don't use, and we'll take whatever combination of pictures you want us to take. Okay.
There, dog.
Fully equipped, I like that.
Lots of food.
Somebody coming in. Right.
He's going for the place, John's side.
Right past that is the forest.
Right.